Guys, and welcome to today's video wherein we are going to understand the key strategies or the key strategy and technique for tackling one very confusing question type that you would find in your IELTS reading module, be it general or academic. So there are like 8 to 10 variety of questions that you would find in your IELTS reading module, whether it's general or academic, and every question type requires a different approach and strategy. Some of the steps will be repeated in every question type. However, the complete strategy is different. The technique is different. So what is this question type that we are going to discuss in today's video? Today we are going to discuss true, false, not given, or yes, no, not given. A very frequent question type, a very confusing one as well, very challenging. Often aspirants, they get confused in it, especially while choosing between false and not given. So if you are one of those, then please do not skip the video, watch till the end, and believe me, after watching this video, you will be confident like anything. There will not be any confusion. There will not be anything that will pose such challenge that you cannot do that. Right? That's my promise to you. So let's begin. Okay. So let's first understand what is this question type. What do the questions mean? Right? So true if the statement agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts the information provided in the passage, and not given if there is no information or incomplete information on this statement. So see, let's understand this thing, what exactly it means. So if it agrees with the text, that basically means the question statement. If the question statement agrees with the text, so you read the question first and you understand what exactly the question is asking from you. And if you find something similar, something that says the same thing, maybe the vocabulary would be different, the words will be different, the word the sentence structure will be different. So most times the information will be paraphrased. That means to say the same thing in different words. Paraphrasing means to say the same thing in different words. This is basically the key challenge here. So but if you find the same information which is there in the question statement in the passage, then only it's going to be true. Now comes the bigger challenge. While choosing between false and not given, what happens is students often, when they do not find the information, they think it's false. No, that's not the case. It will only be false if you find the contradictory information that actually opposes what is written in the question statement. Otherwise it's going to be not given. So unless you find something contradictory, exactly contradictory, maybe again, maybe in different words, you cannot say it's false one. It will only be false if you find the contradictory information, otherwise not given. If the information is not there, or it is maybe not complete enough for you to come to any conclusion, it's going to be not given. That's the thing. Let's understand through a very small example that probably will clear the doubts or clear any doubt that you may have in your mind. Let's understand. So I'm going to make a small change here. And what is this change? Now it says open on Thursday. I'm sorry, this is not okay. Now I'm sorry, there was some technical glitch was there. So just one alteration in the statement can change the meaning completely, and the answers to the same questions may change. Let's see the statement now. Now what do you see here? You say, now what is the change? It says open only on Tuesday and Saturday. Is it the same thing? Is it the same thing? Huh? No, it's not the same thing. Now when this statement, when it says open only on Tuesday and Saturday, that basically means it is not open on the rest of the days. So answer to this question, one can visit the museum on Wednesday. Now it says, now the information bulletin, information board outside the museum says it is only open on Tuesday and Saturday. That basically means it is closed on Wednesday. And this statement is saying that you can visit the museum on Wednesday, which basically contradicts the information. Hence, this is going to be false this time around. Yes, earlier it was not given, but this time around it's going to be false. See, the addition of just one word changes everything. Now see the next statement, the museum is open for women. Again, information related to the women is still not there, hence it's going to be not given. Now again, here is the thing about the Thursday. Is it open on Thursday? Again, information, see, like this word changed everything. Now it's only open on Tuesday and Saturday, so it is not open on Thursday. Hence, again, this will be false. Earlier, both of these statements were not given, but just addition of one word changed everything. Now, both of them are false. Third one, answer will remain unchanged because it is about Saturday and it says close, it says open, so it contradicts, so it's going to be false again. So earlier three were not given, now three are false and only one is not given. You can see. So this is the thing that you must be wary of, must be careful, right? So this is let's understand the approach when you have long passages, because it was about only one sentence. Okay, so this is the passage, and this is the title, you know, cleaning up the Thames. Okay, all right. Now here are the instructions. By mistake, actually, it was written 7 to 14 questions, not 7 to 14, it's 1 to 8. Anyway, so these are the question, and sorry, these are the instructions again. Yes, it's not, it is not written true, false, and not given. Rather, it is written yes, no, and not given. So be careful. Now, here are the questions. One by one, try. Do not read out all those questions. It's just the first question. And what does the first question says? It says, it says the Thames. It says the Thames is now cleaner than it was in 1900. So basically, what it was in 1900, it was not as cleaner as it is now. Now cleaner. So I will take them as my keywords. After taking them as my keywords, I will skim and scan. See anything similar to 1900 or now cleaner. Start with the first sentence. See, remember, these questions are in chronological order. I'm going to tell you, actually, I'm going to explain you later on what is the chronological order. Let's start with the first question with the first paragraph only. So with the first line, jump through the words biologically dead, recently, 1960, that's not 1900. Jump, cleanliness, metropolitan, according, Thames Water Company, thanks, major investment, better sewage treatment, London, Thames Valley, flows through United Capital, cleaner now. Now this is very similar. Okay, now get to this, you're close to the answer now. Now read the further lines. Then it has been for 130 years. Now here in the context of this passage is 1960. It is written as recently as. So the present time is taken as 1960 is the present time at that time. Maybe when this article was written. So if you reduce 130 years from 1960, it will be 1830, and 1900 basically this year 1900 this falls in between 1960 and 1830. So it's very much clear that yes, at the moment it is far cleaner than what it was in 1830. So it is cleaner than what it was in 1900. So this statement basically is yes, absolutely right. It is true. This is true statement. Clear? Yeah. So this statement is true. Now where is the answer? Where did we find the answer? We found the answer here somewhere. It's now cleaner. It says, I guess where is that? No, it says cleaner now. So now I'm going to explain you what is the chronological order. So first answer we found here in this sentence. The next answer will be in the upcoming paragraphs or sentences and not before that. So we just have to read further. This is called chronological order. Now this is very helpful. I'm going to tell you how this thing can be used, right? Okay, let's see the next question. All right, so the next question is basically swimming in the Thames now poses no health hazards. Okay, hazards is the harms. All right, let's mark those sentence. We can say swimming maybe can be taken as the keyword, whether it's swimming. So basically now, so what does the question say? The question says that if you swim in the Thames river right now, there are no harmful health effects. It's extremely safe. So if you find any information that says the same thing, that if you swim in the river Thames, there are no health harms and it's safe, it's healthy, then it is correct. But if you find something that says no, if you swim in the Thames, or maybe it is not safe to swim in the Thames river right now, it might have some health effects, negative health effects, harmful health effects, then it's going to be false. But if it does not say anything, neither it says it has, or neither it says it does not have, then it's going to be not given. So what we are going to do here is, this is the thing, after reading out this is where we found the answer. And I mean in this sentence here, now you have to go further. from this point. Okay, so let's see. Fisher responsible, monitors, themes, reported, river, species, anything swimmer smelt, rosy, sewer or outflows, effluence, start, support. Just go through, clean up, royal commission, legislation, business, great. So even in the second paragraph, there's nothing. You can go further, but don't go. I would suggest you don't go. Now we are going to use the property of this chronological order, right? This property is going to help us. So in the next paragraph also we don't find anything swimming. So keep it marked. Do not decide anything as of now, and let's mark it. Okay, I haven't decided whether it is true, false, or not given. Jump to the next question. Okay, the next question says, it is now mainly the responsibility of those who pollute the Thames to clean their waste up. Okay, now it's a responsibility, right? It says it's a responsibility of those, right? Let's see. So mainly, major responsibility, something like that, responsibility of those who pollutants basically Thames to clean their waste up, not others waste, their waste. So like if you are a company or something and you're dumping your waste, so it is your responsibility to basically cover up what you have dumped. So your responsibility is not to clear up the clean up the waste of the others, but whatever you have done. So this is what the statement is saying. So unless you find the contradictory information wherein the statement says it's not the responsibility of those, rather someone else has the responsibility, or maybe maybe it's not their responsibility to just take care of their own waste. Let's see what it says, what the paragraph says. Now in 1950, anything responsibility, effluent, oxygen. Okay, so do we have anything close to something like responsibility? Now began 1960, commission set up, introduce onus on we have polluters here. Somebody who does pollute is the polluters. Who pollute means polluters. So we have polluters. Now to clean their waste up, let's read it carefully here. What does it say? It says several parliamentary committee and royal commissions were set up, and over time legislation has been introduced. That means a law has been made that put the onus on. Now here is a phrase, to put the onus on. That means to decide that this is going to be the responsibility of a particular person. But it's not just the polluters, it's polluters, effluent, that means rich people, producing premises and businesses. So it's not just the polluters, but also the effluent, people who are rich, who are making buildings and doing business, to dispose of waste, responsibly. So it's not just the polluters, but also the effluent, producing premises and businesses. So this basically contradicts with the information, because it says it is mainly the responsibility of those. However, it says it's the responsibility, the onus is on polluters. So the main responsibility of not just the polluters, but also the effluent, producing premises and businesses, to basically clean up the waste, to dispose of the waste. So the responsibility, the onus is on not just on to the polluters, but also the affluent people, the businessmen, the people who are producing premises. Hence, this contradicts with the information, is going to be the false one. It's going to be the false one. Now here we go. Now we have found answer question number 2. Now see this, we found 1, we found 3. These questions are in chronological order. So, but where did you find the answer 3 and where did you find the answer 1? The answer of 2 should be in between only. But in between, there is nothing like swimming, so I can say with confidence that this is not given. You don't have to go through the entire passage to figure out whether something is not given. So just in case if you are not finding the word that you're looking for, just just mark to this question, keep it aside, and move to the next question. If you find the answer of the next question, this one will be the not given. So this way you will save time. These are the techniques that helps you to save time and accuracy as well. Okay, so this is how it is done. Let's now move to the next question. What does the next question say? The next question, which is the 4th one. So remember, we found the answer of this one here. Where did we find the answer? We find here for the literature effluent. This is where we find the answer. So the next answer either is going to be in the next two sentences or in the next paragraph or in the next paragraph. Remember, what does the question say? Okay, the question says Transport for London now employs a type of police, river police, to enforce control of the regulation. Now, what does the question says? The type of London, transport for London. Maybe it's kind of a, any agency or something. Now, what would they do? They hire people, and these people are kind of like river police, like people who patrols, and they forcefully control the regulations. That means they make people follow the law. So is it true or is it not true? Is it true that the Transport for London employ people, or is it true that they enforce control of the regulations or not? So both things needed to be investigated here. I would see in these two sentences we don't have anything. So let's move to the next slide. This is the next slide. Okay. Now let's see what is the question again. Read the question. So it says it is the all local London, but sorry, yeah, I forgot. The fourth question is something else. The fourth question is all local, London boroughs. So this local London boroughs are now partly responsible for keeping the Thames clean. So what does the question say? The question basically says, so all London boroughs are now partly responsible. So it's not the sole responsibility of them to keep the river clean. There are other agencies or maybe people who have the responsibility, who have the responsibility too. Let's see London boroughs. Where is the London boroughs? So let's see, do you see anything like London boroughs? Here we have in the fourth sentence. Once you get to the location, try to read carefully. What does it says? Read previous also. Thames cleanup is not over, going on, and it involves many disparate arms of government. Okay, it involves many disparate arms of the government, a wide range of non-government stakeholder groups. So it involves the responsibility is of the disparate arms of the government, stakeholder groups, representing a necessary aspect of the task. In London's case, the urban and the non-urban London boroughs that flank the river's course each has its own reason for keeping the river nice. So in the London, they do have the responsibilities, but there are other organizations like disparate arms of the government, stakeholder groups. So there are other people also who have the responsibility to basically keep it clean. So yes, they are responsible to keep it clean, but they are not the sole one. They are not sole responsible. They are not solely responsible, I would say. So basically, yes, this statement is true. They have the partial responsibility to, keep the river clean. Clear? Now, moving to the next question. The next question is transport. Sorry, like I discussed this question earlier. The transport for London. It's too dark, I guess. So transport for, let's take this one. So transport for London now employs a type of river police, people who patrol and to enforce control for their regulation. Now transport for London, do you see anything like transport for London in this paragraph? Because we have to just go further in here. I don't think we have anything here like transport for London. So let's move to the next paragraph. Okay, this is the next paragraph. Again, read the question again. Sorry, that's not the fourth one. Transport for London. Okay, transport for London employs a type of river police. Enforce control. Okay. Do we have anything like transport for London? Just London is there, Mayor of London is there, iceberg. Just quickly roll your eyes and try to figure out. Yes, we do have here transport for London. Now it further says the agency responsible for transport to the capital. Now you see here two things. Now let me define this thing also. The other dash you can see. this one and this one. So this is the main subject here. As you can see, this is the main subject, transport for London. So anything between those dash is the additional information, and this additional information is about the subject only. And what is the subject? This is the subject. So this is a kind of a complex sentence, very useful for your writing. So transport for London, the agency responsible for transport in the capital. So this basically is the additional information about the subject. Here the subject, which is transport for London. Now what does it say? Plays a role in regulating. Now regulation comes here. This is what we discuss here. Enforce control. Yeah. Instead of, it says regulating river use and river users. They now are responsible for it. It further says they are now responsible for controlling the effluents and rubbish coming from craft using the Thames. It is done by officers on official vessels regularly inspecting, that means patrolling craft and doing spot checks. So these guys are basically doing this. They are kind of a police because they are doing the patrolling work, inspecting and doing spot checks. This is called patrolling. So they are kind of a type of police. So yes, it is true that these Transport for London, an agency responsible for transport in the capital, they in fact did hire those people. And you can see inspecting craft, you can see inspecting craft and doing spot checks. So they are patrolling it. So people who do patrol are like kind of a police. So it's a type of police they have, and they are hired, or you can say employed by the Transport for London. So this information basically here is, yeah, true. This is true. So this is how you basically get to the answers. And you now, like I said earlier, since the answers are in chronological order, the next question answer either will be in those upcoming 3 sentences or in the next paragraph. So I don't think because the next if you see the next question, it says about the rubbish munchers, a name situated at various location. So what does it mean? It basically means this thing, rubbish munchers. It is situated at various locations on the Thames. Now you need to figure out whether they are situated or they are not. I don't think we have any information in these 3 sentences. So let's move to the next paragraph. This is the next paragraph. Okay, again, it's rubbish munchers at various locations. They are situated. Now just roll your eyes and try to figure out where do you see this word rubbish munchers. First sentence, just roll your eyes very quickly. Rubbish munchers, rubbish munchers. Rubbish is here, but not munchers. Rubbish is again here. Just keep rolling your eyes like this one, left, right, very quickly. It requires a bit of a practice, and you'll become pro in it. I'm telling you. Device is here. Device is the machine. Okay, is expected. Rubbish muncher at the end of the word. Okay, fine. We got to the word. It is rubbish muncher. Now try to read carefully. What does it say? This is a machine. Okay. Now read 3-4 sentences before that as well. Royal Naval College, Greenwich. The device is expected to capture 20 tons of floating litter each year. So it is doing the cleaning up work. Fine. So this is true that it is doing the cleaning work, but has it been installed or situated, or has it not? If washed out to sea, the rubbish can kill marine mammals, fish, birds, blah blah blah. Is hoped to be the first of many. So there are not too many right now. This is the first one. Because it says is hoped to be the first of many. So that basically it is going to be the first one, and the others are expected to be installed or situated in the future. So that basically contradicts with the information, because it says it are now situated at various locations. It is not situated at various locations. This is the first one. So this statement is, yeah, false. Right? So this is how it is done. And now, since we found the answer in the last sentences, we can say that we have to go to the next slide to find the next answer. Okay, this is the next slide. And what is the next question? Previously. It says previously. Previously, that means in the past, right? Previously means in the past. no one department had overall responsibility. So what does it mean? It basically means in the past it's not just one department that has the responsibility, that had the responsibility, rather there were many who basically control for monitoring the cleanliness of the theme. So the question basically is saying in the past there were many departments, not just one, who were basically in charge of controlling or monitoring the cleanliness of the themes. It was not the responsibility of one, you know, one agency or one department. Let's see that. Monitoring is a keyword here. Now we have monitoring here, and it's an entire sentence, in fact. Monitoring of the cleanliness of the river Thames. Good one. In the past means previously. Okay, we found the information. Was the responsibility of a welter of agencies. Now when we say a welter of agency, that basically a welter is used, this phrase a welter of something basically means when there are too many things are involved. Agencies itself is a plural one, so it's not just one, in fact many one there, many were there. And so a welter of, that means when you have group of too many things together and they are not aware of the responsibility. So maybe responsibility of the cleanliness were given to those agencies who were not aware what exactly they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to do. But it clearly tells one thing for sure, that it's agencies and not just one agency. And names are also given here: British Waterways, Port of London, Environment Agency, Health and Safety Commission. So there were many. So it's true, it was not the responsibility of the one department, or rather there were too many. So this statement is true, but you remember that one mistake I was doing, because initially the sentence says it's not true, false and not given. You have to write yes, no and not given. So this is yes, not true. You don't have to write true, remember that. So please write your answers in the answer sheet as instructed in the instructions. If it says write yes, no and not given, write yes, the full yes. So here you should be writing yes. You should not be writing true, false, and not given. Okay, now move to the next question, the last one. Here we have British Waterways, a proper noun, so we should be taking it as the keyword, the British Waterways. No longer. So no longer means earlier they were doing it, but now they are not doing something. So they don't have any part in keeping the Thames clean. So when say no longer, that means earlier they were doing it, but now they're not doing it. So what British Waterways, where is British Waterways? It is given, British Waterways is given here. They had the role, it is written. Now we need to inquire whether it has any part in it right now or not. Now jump to the words: departments, national, local, local environment groups. Something was not right, bound to call, whether it has a local authority, individual polluter. Responsibility comes here. A share of the responsibility for maintaining the river Thames as public amenity, although they all still have their part to play. There is now a central department in the Environment Agency which has the remit of monitoring the things. So monitoring the things is the responsibility of the Environment Agency. So what does it say? They don't have any part here. As you can see here, they no longer have any part in keeping the Thames clean. So what does it say? There is now a central department in the Environment Agency. So this responsibility of keeping the Thames clean has been given to a central department. Now British Airways has no part in it. So basically it's a true statement. So you don't have to write true, of course. You have to write yes, because this is what the instruction says. So this is how you get to the answers. All answers are done, right? So there were yes also, there were no also, there were not given as well. Answers, you won't find them straightforward. You need to figure it out. But remember this step and practice them. If you know them, how to actually approach to the answers, things will be easy. You'll be able to save time, and you'll be able to improve the accuracy as well. So again, to reiterate, I would say first, read the instructions. Number two, read the question. Not just read the question, in fact try to try to understand the question, what exactly the question is asking. Then pick up the keyword or the keywords. After picking them, skim and scan, get to the location. Once you reach the location wherein you can find the answer, read it carefully, compare it with the information, and then finally decide the answer. Okay, so this is how these questions are done. Now for more practicing is required, and if you need practice exercises, you can always contact me. Now okay, so remember that. Finally, to reiterate, what is the strategy stepwise? I already told you that. Number one, read the questions carefully, try to fathom what exactly the question is asking, skim and scan, get to the location, and do the careful reading and compare it with the question statement and decide your answer. Always pay attention to words like only, just, because it changes the meaning completely. So this is how it is done. Now I believe that you understood this question type and the strategy. Do exercises, because after understanding one particular question type, you need to do practice. Don't worry, I have started this community with a purpose, because I know I have taught. I don't want to name those big players in the market who are marketing big products. I have taught in almost every company that claims to be the best in the industry. I've got like more than 14 years of experience, and I've taught in big agencies. I don't want to name them. So they are basically selling very costly courses. Here, this community is formed to basically help students like you who are struggling to basically beat this exam, to crack this exam. Right? So follow my channel and be a part of this community, and also add people who are basically struggling in this exam and searching for solutions online and they're not finding it. The community is absolutely free. We're not charging anything. A lot of support probably is required from your end to basically promote the channel and to add people in the community so that others can benefit from my efforts too. Anyways, I'll be posting more such videos for different questions. If you do want to interact with me directly or the live classes, you can always reach out to me on my WhatsApp number. That's it in this video, and yeah, finally I would definitely say one thing, that do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, because yeah, that's the Gurudakshinam that you're paying to me. So please again I would like to repeat this sentence, that share the link with those who are struggling in this question type, because passing down the knowledge is a noble deed. Thank you guys, and see you again pretty soon.